I got into chiropractic because I thought there was a secret that the profession had that the rest of the world didn't know. And I was like, how possibly could somebody use their hands to create these like miraculous healing outcomes? And so I was really intrigued by that.
Sure.
And so I got into it kind of with the idea of finding out what this secret was. And spoiler alert, I don't believe that there's a secret. Okay, I think we've got some really cool skills. I love what I do. There are no secrets out there. What I then found was the power of movement and exercise and what exercise can do for the body, as exercise is the most potent drug for our health that we have access to. There's not a single thing in a capsule that you can take that mimics the effects of exercise. And there's no concoction that you can take either that will get you the same benefits for your health long-term that exercise will. And so as I started to learn more about exercise physiology, which is a lot of what I studied in undergrad, I really started to realize like, oh, maybe this is actually the thing that I am passionate about, and thought that there was a way that maybe I could blend the secrets of chiropractic with that. And like I said, realized that that wasn't really a thing. And so it really became this journey of recognizing that like, oh, I think what the secret is how do you keep people moving as well as possible for as long as possible? And if you think about like, I'll tell you the story. I just got back from Spain a few weeks ago, and on my way back, I was in the airport and I was riding kind of like a little shuttle, and there was this family there with their 90-year-old father. So it was, brothers and sisters, and they were probably in their 50s, 60s, and they had their 90-year-old father, and they had just gotten back from basically like an 11-day 100-mile hike, and on the Camino in Spain. And this 90-year-old just averaged like 10 plus miles a day, 11 miles a day, carrying a backpack with his kids. And I was talking to his son, and I wish I'd had the opportunity to ask him, like, what was his secret at 90 to being able to do that? Because if we think about independence and we think about like living a long, fruitful life, like to me, that embodies a lot of that. He was still sharp. He was a little, he was holding on for support, but he was standing up in that bus, and he had his backpack on and everything. And I would imagine he said something along the lines of, I just never stopped. Right. And when we think about injuries and we think about going through those things, so many times I see the story of people who had this back injury or this ankle injury, and then from the rest of their life, it was just this slow, gradual downhill. And to me, it became the mission of, if movement and exercise is so important, how can we stop that from becoming everybody's story? How can we say like, okay, yes, you've been through this thing, but we're getting you right back on track, and we're getting you back to everything that you want to be able to do now, so that when you look into your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, you're still able to live the life that you want to be able to live. And then eventually you die, right? But like at that point, which is going to happen. Yeah. But if we can maximize the quality of your life in those later years, you now have lived this most fruitful and fulfilling life that you possibly could. Your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids get to experience that as well. And that really became my heartbeat and my mission. And so, yes, I work with a lot of athletes and I work with a lot of runners, and that is a lot of what I do and kind of my focus. But even beyond that, it's the average person who just wants to get the most out of their life and recognizes that the actions that we take now are going to carry us on for the remainder of our life, right? So yeah, I don't know if that 100% answered your question, but
it's fine.
That's like kind of how I got here. And I recently had that story with that gentleman, and I was like, this is it. This is exactly why I do what I want to do. Is like, how do we get more of those guys?
Right.
How can we make that the standard for 90?